This episode is sponsored by Kion. As you guys know, Jill and I are fully in our gym girl era, and there is one or two supplements we consistently use to support our gym gains. But we first have a question for you. Are you struggling to put on muscle? This is one important thing we have learned. You can't build muscle without essential amino acids, aka EAAs. They're crucial for muscle growth, and you can only get them from protein or supplements. That's why we swear by Kion aminos. We have both been using them for a while now, and if you have seen our Instagram stories, you know. And let me tell you, they are a game changer. Kion Aminos contains all 9 essential amino acids, which is key because a lot of brands only offer 3 or 8 like BCAAs. This formula, backed by over 20 years of research, has the ideal ratios of each amino acid for better absorption and utilization. It helps us recover faster so we can hit the gym harder and bounce back quicker from intense workouts. Personally, we've noticed better muscle recovery, less soreness, and more consistent gains since using Kion Aminos. And they're transparent too. No proprietary blends here. You can see the exact amounts of each amino acid so you know exactly what you're putting into your body. So if you want to try something that actually works, we highly recommend Kion Aminos. They are products that you can trust with their 60-day risk-free money-back guarantee. You can use our link getkion.com/guttalk to save 20% today. Get the mixed berry flavor. It is our absolute favorite. That is getkion.com/guttalk to save 20%. And the link will be in the show notes. Okay.
Welcome back to Gut Talk. Oh my God, Jenna. We did it.
We did it.
We literally
did it.
If you're only listening, you have no idea what we're talking about right now. But we are recording from our very own podcast studio.
Welcome to the Gut Talk.
Jenna, holy shit. What did we do? Literally, what did we do?
I actually can't believe,
this is ours. It feels like we're just renting a room for an hour.
Jill and I are we're whispering and we feel shy because we feel like we're in somebody else's space, but it's really ours.
And also because we're sitting on couch cushions
we're
with a blanket for
pillows. We're literally on pillows.
That's what I meant, yeah.
I can't believe this. Well, okay, let's start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We have always dreamt of having our own studio.
Once we had a podcast. It's not like we ever dreamt of having a podcast.
Right. But once we had a podcast, yes, we dreamt of having our own studio. And we knew the day would come. It just was a lot of trial and tribulations, 4.5 years in the making. And finally, we have begun the process of building out our own studio.
And if you're a Bravo TV watcher, they call exposing the fourth wall or something like that. There's a phrase for basically saying talking like there are cameras there. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is that to pull the curtain back a little bit, when podcasting became video, which was probably 2 years ago, a year ago, we did not have a YouTube where we were putting videos up until
in
6
the past couple
ago.
years. Yeah.
Okay. My point is that video puts a component to podcasting that makes it very difficult for people who are not part of Dear Media or part of Sirius FM or Unwell Network. And the reason being is because one, podcasting equipment is expensive. Locations to record is expensive. Everything is just it requires this professional level status. And we're saying that because we have been renting studios and we actually have a really wonderful relationship with the guy whose studio we've been renting from. But he has to run his business, meaning he gives our slots. There's a fee that is not cheap for said slots. And then for us, it's this very stressful thing where our guest is late. Now we only have so much time to record. We can't record any TikTok promo or Instagram promo. And it feels so stressful. And then you get your guest in the chair and it's just hey, okay, here are my questions. And then we'll be in really good conversation and I'm responsible for the clock and I'll see there being 7 minutes left. And I'm oh my God, they're in the middle of a story. And now I'm not listening. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. And so with Jill saying that, we were we need our own space. We have so many plans for Gut Talk and this space will allow us, one, to have complete creative control on the vision, the final product, being able to create content with guests for you guys. So for example, our episode next week launching is Mila from Mila Mend. and you guys probably know her. She's amazing. And we wanted to talk about PCOS with her so bad, like on content to be able to help you guys. And like we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
And that's just one example of the 100 examples we have of like not being able to have our own creative studio to be able to create content with guests or ourselves, right? Like, yes, we can create it in our apartment, but there's a different dynamic when you have your own studio. And like it's gonna look so freaking good, guys. Obviously, like Jill said, we're sitting on pillows in a blanket right now. We have Duke in the middle of us if you guys aren't watching on YouTube. And he's literally side-eyeing me right now. And we're about to quickly, like talking 2 weeks, turn this into a complete gut talk, Jill and Jenna masterpiece. Like you guys are gonna be so astounded, and we're gonna take you through the process, of course.
We have some guests lined up, so like we really have
Yeah,
to
like we literally have
rush.
to.
Like actually have to rush. But in the meantime, we figured we would record just like this so you guys can kind of see the glow up that we take.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I'm type A. I like to be in control of everything. Being able, because obviously with my job, getting everything properly timed up with all my meetings, and it's a ball of anxiety for me. So this is going to be literally life changing, which I'm so excited for.
And lastly, to say is like we are so grateful that we're in the opportunity to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And yes, it benefits us and where we're going in the direction we're headed, but it also benefits you guys because I really feel like you guys are going to get so much more value from us and our guests and this podcast to a level where we've been dreaming of, right? Like when we started
It didn't
this,
feel in reach though.
yeah, it didn't. And you know, we've not to take you guys down memory lane, but this has been a labor of love, of tears, of
Frustration, sister fights.
And it kind of feels crazy that we're currently in this position because I made a TikTok on this that I shared to Instagram Reels, and basically my whole point of it was don't stop. Like we didn't stop. We almost did, but we knew where we wanted to take this, and we knew that anything worth it takes effort, time, tribulations, setbacks, also wins, and like it's a mess. But if you really believe in something, to just freaking keep going. And that's exactly what we did. We did not give this up. We might have paused a couple times here and there, but we knew that we wanted to build something, and here we are now.
I'll also say too,
Build something great.
Yeah, no, but also too, I think you see a very select few people go on this very quick rise to fame. But like I was even listening to Brett Chody on a podcast. She started Brett's Bites when she was in high school.
Wow.
And so it's just good perspective because yeah, so many times we didn't see week to week trending upward. We didn't see the instant success. And it's so funny because there's like this trend on social media about like being embarrassed. It's like, yeah, I'm embarrassed. So like my stuff. We've literally never felt that way.
No.
Like, you know what's embarrassing? You judging us for like trying to reach our dreams. Like, if like I have a lot of fears with the studio. I have fears of like not executing. I have fears of like not managing our money properly. I have fears of not like living up to our potential. But I have no fear of what any person thinks of me as far as like doing something new or big or betting on ourselves. And all of that is to say that like if the people around you aren't gassing you up and so pumped for you when you do something like this, you have the wrong people around you. And I'll be back later on in this episode to speak about having the wrong people around you.
We're also so grateful and feel very blessed that like when you don't think things are working behind the scenes spiritually, you know, with God or universe or whoever you believe in, like things are happening in your favor always. And whether it's the person that you think you're supposed to end up with that you don't, or the job that you don't get, or whatever it is, the opportunities that fall through are all making way for your highest good and your highest power. All of these things set us up to get to the place that we need to be. And this is not just me speaking out of my butt. I've had this profound thought recently. It's like,
every no, every wrong direction that you think you're going in is actually the right direction, and you have to believe it.
And it's hard to believe
It's
that.
hard to believe it, but I
told
remind
I
myself.
told my therapist, I
Yeah.
was like, I feel like I'm 70% that and 30%, but what if it doesn't happen?
Yeah, and like that's the world we live in society, and I think that's not normal, if that makes sense. Like I think it's normal to have those negative thoughts that you feel like you're in the wrong direction or whatever. Like that's part of being a human. But what I tell myself is like, I thank God, I thank universe that everything is always working out in my favor, and I am grateful for everything that comes in, good and bad. And when you stay in a place of gratitude, now I don't practice this 100%. I get down, don't get me wrong, but grateful, 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 gratitude always, because guess what? It's all leading you to where you're supposed to be, and you have to sit in that. Even if you're in the depths of whatever you're in right now, just remember that.
Yeah. You're always a little bit of my like North Star in that sense, and I appreciate that from you.
Because I feel like we have no other, like I don't have another option. I
Yeah.
could sit and wallow in struggle, in heartache, in heartbreak, and I just feel like that does not serve me any good.
It's true.
And every time I sit and I wallow, I just make things harder on myself. So why not just assume that everything's working out in my favor?
Yeah. I mean,
And Jill and I, we're obviously very privileged with having great parents, like
yeah,
being like, just girls and whatnot. But
we're privileged for being girls.
for being girls, I don't know. For like,
no, well, I want to say,
for our background.
yeah,
But we have had our struggles. We have had very hard things happen to us. And as I'm sure a lot of you guys have. And
yeah, that's life.
that's life. But also to say that like people, you might be looking at us like, oh, they've already always had it together. No, we've struggled.
Yeah. We were talking to our mom the other night because our dad didn't go to college. Our grandpa was born 2 years after our great grandparents came over to the United States. So, like, my grandpa was an immigrant. Our dad didn't go to college. He worked in construction, then like got an IT certification, and literally worked his freaking ass off to provide a good life for us. They were very frugal with their money. Like, we lived in just a very safe, grounded environment. No matter how safe of an environment they put you through, no matter what, life is life. Bad things happen always. And I've struggled with this at times of like just controlling the controllables. But I found that when I shift my mindset into like, believe everything's happening, believe you're going to be safe, believe you're going to be good, it does such good for the nervous system. And it might sound woo woo, but it's an active choice whether you see the good or you see the bad. And I feel like for a very long time, I manifested the bad, and I just refuse to the best of my ability to do that any longer.
I love that. And listen, woo woo or energy is science, and it's been proven that the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So there's that. Oh, here we go. I peeked at Jill's outline.
So this has only been 2 days now in the making. But if you are not aware of the current drama going on in the Bravo universe, you live under a rock. And one of my close friends from college at Duke, who I played softball with, I literally woke up to a text from her yesterday morning, and she goes, "Okay, can you please explain the West and Amanda drama to me, because I don't watch, but I feel like everyone knows what's going on." And I'm like, I've never woken up to a better text in my entire life. But I am a Bravo girly. And I want to say right now, I've seen some TikToks that's like, oh my God, the fact that you guys are so invested in this is so cringe. Bravo's not real. Yeah, well, neither is football.
Right.
Neither is baseball or basketball. It's all made up.
Exactly.
Everyone cares about something that's not real. Our dad is obsessed with the Discovery Channel shows that are like finding Bigfoot. Hey, Dad, that's not real either. Okay. So
how do you know?
So my choice of brain rot, my choice of comfort, and what's the word that everyone always uses is guilty pleasure, although I have no guilt, so maybe just my form of pleasure is Bravo TV. I watch every Housewife, I watch it all, right? But Summer House, I watched season 1, episode 1, literally live on air. I am as OG of a fan as it gets. The Workus twins and the whole like evolution of Bravo Summer House, like I have been there for. I'm a Giggly Squad girl, all the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking to two groups of people. One, the people that just want to be familiar with the tea, and those who are invested. If you're not invested, we do have more to chat about, so we'll put it in the show notes. But
You can fast forward, is what she's saying.
yes, at this point in time, nothing I say is an original thought because of how much I've consumed. So I'm not taking credit for any of this. But what I will say is that you remember how a few minutes ago I was saying how like I'm speaking to people because sometimes I just need to be able to relate to someone. Ciara is that for me. So again, if you live under a rock, like please just click on any form of the internet. But West was dating a man or Ciara, say 3 years ago. He broke her heart. She is literally model, icon, incredible, smart, beautiful, gorgeous. Ciara is best friends with Amanda, who was married to Kyle and dating him. They were together for 10 years. West and Amanda put out a joint statement on Monday, basically saying a word salad version of like, you caught us, we're kind of together. It's a whole mess. West is a fuckboy.
And Ciara and Amanda were best friends.
Yes. And that's really what I just want to speak to for a
In
second.
like not just because of the show, like legit in real life.
In real life. And Amanda and Kyle's relationship was terrible from the jump. He cheated on her when they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Paige, there's an episode on one of the seasons of Summer House where Paige is like, you don't have to marry him. Like, Kyle never grew up. He's still a 22-year-old frat boy. And he wasn't like, to my knowledge, like abusive. He just wasn't a good partner to her. And she definitely deserved better. And until a few days ago, I also adored Amanda Batula. I really did. Like, you know, like I buy things from their shop mice. Like I really enjoy them. But Amanda and Ciara and Paige's friendship is just like what we love about women friendships, girl friendships. Like it's what makes being a girl so fun. It's like them all hanging out in bed and like kikiing and joking and venting and all the things and just like literally loving each other so much. It is one of the most special things in the world, I think. And Ciara, which is where I feel very connected to Ciara because she has a very hard exterior. She's hard on people. She's extremely selective in her friendships and especially her relationships. Like when I tell you this woman, if she's not a Victoria's Secret model next year, if she is not on Vogue, they're messing up. And it was her choice not to.
Mm-hmm.
She has quite literally, there's no perfect body, but this girl is like long limbed, great boobs.
Model-esque, super
like,
model-esque.
But like features are beautiful, genuine smile. But then also every weekend when they do themed parties, she's not trying to look hot. She is the ugliest person at the party.
I love it.
She is wearing the most absurd outfit. Like she
Yes.
is just such, she's just the girl you want to be friends with,
Mhm.
right? So again, no original thoughts here, but my stances are that I relate to Ciara and the fact of like she's in her 30s, she's single, she works hard. She until this past year was literally an ICU nurse. Like she was a nurse during
Wow.
COVID.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like and had an active license. She might still, but her hospital was basically like, girl, what are you doing still working here?
Right.
But until then, she was like still picking up shifts. So again, intelligent, like emotionally intelligent, fun to be around. She just like, I'm not calling me all of those things. But what I'm saying is like she's someone to almost like look up to. And when you see someone like that single, or you see someone like that being vulnerable, it's just like comforting.
Yeah.
Right? Another thing that's crazy to me is so we're watching last summer's season play out right now because there's the delay, right? And literally 2 weeks ago on the episode, there's three black castmates, right? Three black people that live in the house, right? Which is, we've never had three. We've had one at a time.
Mhm.
And we've never had a black man until this season. And they were opening up and being vulnerable of being like, we're getting our own like separate shit for being on the show. We're being scrutinized at a different level because for a lot of black people, we are basically representing them. And so there's this new level of pressure. And they were just explaining the basically what they were going through. And it was very eye-opening. Ciara took it to another level and was like basically saying being played by a white man on TV made it even harder, right?
Mm.
Because there's all of this pressure on
Mhm.
interracial relationships. And it was just so, the timing was just so brutal to watch of like them opening up about this extra pressure and then a white man screwing her over again.
Wow.
Like they just didn't get it. And I'm not saying don't screw over Ciara because she's black, but it's like you're adding insult to injury on this point. Like she had all of this she was already dealing with just being a literal human, and then the added pressure of what it comes with being a black woman on television.
Wow.
And she was articulated her points like I'm not doing it justice. She articulated the way she felt so incredibly and beautifully on the show. Like if you're interested, I'd highly recommend even just watching those portions. I'm sure you can find them clipped online. But the last thing I'll say about it that I just felt was just so diabolical was that Amanda and West aren't even together. He was in a 2-year apparently relationship. He was with other women. Amanda blew up her life for someone and they're not going to get through this. Like there's just no way. And
Like it's almost like the first guy that was giving her attention that she was close with because they were good friends post divorce, and she like ran with it.
her soon to be ex-husband like did interviews on the streets with paparazzi and he was basically saying that like this man is extremely like manipulative.
Sure.
Okay, but like
It's someone who got a ounce of fame, got some girls' attention, and is running with it.
but like also too, once a girlfriend of mine has an emotional feeling for a man, he's asexual to me. Like he's not
Exactly.
even like a man anymore. He goes into another category never to be removed. Oh, like you've never thought someone who one of your friends used to date was attractive? Of course, we all have. But like if you have morals and values, they move into a bubble in which like they never leave.
I'm picking up everything that happened. So my question is like,
Oh god.
I guess everyone's wondering why. Like,
Well,
why would she betray her friend for this weasel?
she has
Betray her best friend. Like you were explaining to me. This is like not a having a
Right.
long-term relationship or like just all this history with this one guy, and like basically once they were done, me stepping in post divorce and going
Right.
and hooking up with him.
I mean, a lot of people are saying she has battled with mental health. She's on antidepressants. Like she's been very open with that.
Since when was that an excuse?
For sure.
Okay.
Totally. You asked me why.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Thank you.
reason. It's the only thing I can come up with is that she was in such a deep hole of depression that maybe she wasn't thinking with her correct mind. But like,
Okay.
if every person who battled depression got like a one-off shot to like ruin one of their friendships, the world would be an insane place.
Right.
The last actual thing I'll say is my problem with the internet today is we go too far. Say Team Sierra, be upset that this happened. Pick it apart because guess what? They're getting paid money
Yeah.
to be on TV for us to do this. If our friend group would be a horrible TV show because there would be nothing to watch.
Right.
Right? Like Vanderpump Rules was one of the most iconic Bravo shows to
'Cause they
ever
were
come on
all
air because
insane.
they were all diabolical to each
Yeah.
other, like cheating and name calling and manipulation and insane things.
Mhm.
Like that's what makes good TV.
Yeah.
But where the internet goes too far is harassing and bullying people to the point where like I've had moments where I now feel bad for Amanda, which is bullshit because every ounce of any negative emotion and sadness should go towards Ciara.
Mhm.
But then you have people being like, I've always hated Amanda. No, you didn't. Really? You never said it before. Oh, and her swim line was trash. Why?
Right.
You don't need to do that. And again, this isn't an original thought. I've heard other people say it too. But
Right.
let's not become the villain to the point where then Amanda and West aren't the villains. Let them be the villains. Internet, stay out of this. Support Ciara, hold West and Amanda accountable. But we go so far, and it's like, you guys, like this is too much. We've lost the plot of what's socially acceptable. Like, you know what you should do? you should be able to search anyone on the internet and see what they've commented. People need,
Agreed.
I always kind of joke that people need to be punched in the face more,
Right.
because if people knew that if they just acted absurdly, they could be punched in the face, less people,
would.
there's no consequences.
Right.
People leave a comment like, oh my God, I hope her whole family dies. And it's like, no, you should be exposed. That should live somewhere, and you should be held accountable for the things you say.
But yes, understood. What, like, final thoughts on?
Oh, I can't wait for the reunion.
Okay.
And I'll say one thing right now. I'm having a viewing party, and we will make an agreement. You either don't ask questions or you're not invited. Because what I will not have during my literal, this isn't the Super Bowl. This is the FIFA World Cup. This is the Olympics for me. And what I won't have is, wait, why is Lindsay mad? What did Amanda
I'm not
ever do
gonna
to
be able
Lindsay?
to watch. I
'Cause you'd
can't be there.
You'd have to go back to season like 4 for that. There's so much deep lore. I truly, truly cannot wait.
So all it's there to say is, like, everyone's shocked.
Yeah.
You can't believe it. Now looking back, could you kind of see it?
Well, you know, it's funny. Rumors originally came out at the beginning of March, and to Emily, who was on our podcast, and a few other friends, I was like, you guys, this happened. I know it. I just felt it in my bones. And there were like a lot of sleuthing clues that were showing up. But now when you rewatch this season that we're watching right now, they're always together. They're always side by side. And maybe they hadn't done anything yet, but like Kyle, the soon-to-be ex-husband, in his interviews yesterday was like, Kyle was lashing out and acting insane and neurotic on this season because he's trying like one last pass at trying to get him and Amanda back to
together.
a good place. And Amanda was so distant, and Kyle's like, I can't help but wonder like if this was why.
Yeah.
I really pray that the truth of some sort is that this happened like a month ago. If Amanda was betraying Ciara all the way up until last summer, it just like Summer House won't be able to go on in the way that it exists right now. I don't think there's a world in which Ciara and Amanda come back to Summer House. Real Housewives of New Jersey, they had to basically clean house and just keep Teresa.
Yeah, I think Amanda needs to be off the show.
Well, yeah, but here's the issue. Prior to this happening, they already started a spin-off show called The City, which was basically taking the older Summer House cast and filming them in New York City.
Paige?
No, Paige is too big for Bravo at this
Got
point.
it.
But Lindsay, Kyle, Amanda, I don't know how it's going to go. Maybe one gets The City, one gets Summer House. We'll see. But it's insane.
So you can't wait for the reunion.
No.
This sucks. I feel really bad for Ciara.
And
Amanda is like, what the hell are you doing, Wes? Literally get out of here. Like, you are not even that cute and you're giving such loser energy.
But like, if you really dissect it, like West needs therapy and help.
No, I'm telling you, West is the perfect example of a frat bro who got some fame, attention, and interest for women and like can't help himself.
To make it worse, he played football at some random school.
Even worse.
Yeah.
So athlete probably mixed with a frat bro.
Loser.
Yeah. That's my whole thing, is like, this is all over a loser. And that's what sucks.
You know what the worst part is?
And bye to their best friendship too.
He was so lovable.
Well, you know what? His head got too big.
Dad always says the people that are friends with everyone, you gotta look at them.
Yeah. Amen.
Anyway.
Any last thoughts for the girls who are listening?
I feel like my thoughts were kind of everywhere, but I feel like that really displays how I feel at the moment. Maybe you'll allow me to do a 5-minute recap once we watch all of the reunions.
Perhaps.
Andy Cohen, if you do not come for everyone's necks and ask the hard-hitting questions.
When's the reunion?
I think they're filming in 2 weeks, so like mid-April.
So, but they're like, Bravo TV is like, oh, this is perfect for us.
It's the toast called it Amandaval.
It's Amandaval.
No, Wes Mandival, because they want Wes' name to be in it too, Wes Mandival. But what they're
Amanda,
saying,
I saw too.
No, but then you don't hear West.
Okay.
But the thing about this that makes it worse is that Raquel and Ariana, the two women involved, weren't friends.
Best friends. Right.
And Duke literally could not care less because he's laying on his
Guys,
back.
Duke is literally on his back. It's insane.
Anyway, we have a few other things to just quickly chat about.
Okay.
One is, if you're on Instagram, you know that I bought a espresso machine. I got a Breville. And let me
Java
tell you,
Jellies.
I now have a coffee shop in my apartment called Java Jellies. I make my own syrups. Oh yeah, our apartment. You know what? Let's ask you. What's my best drink?
Without a doubt, cherry vanilla latte. There was one you made and you've yet to recreate it, but it's going to be my request moving forward. Literally cherry syrup, milk, and espresso, and like the combo of it.
But that's what I had for you this morning.
Yes, but it was I loved it this morning, but I like it a little bit more creamy.
You're going to have to change your milk.
Yeah, I think so. I loved it. I mean, you've been making a lot of good ones. The banana one was really good.
Banana bread, yeah.
Banana bread latte.
I think I'm out on blueberry.
I'm out on what's the one that's more like raspberry? It's just like, you know what I mean?
I think I was trying to reduce the sugar in that one.
Well, thank you.
And it shows.
Yeah, so Jill's being big espresso girl. She no longer goes to Swedish Hill every single morning.
I've saved so much money, but what I will say is that if you don't love the process, diving into the process, that is not the machine for you. The amount of beans I've wasted perfecting my craft and I'm still not there. It is not a click a button and get ready to go. You need to go to the Nespresso if that's your thing. I enjoy the process, the measurements, the figuring out, the troubleshooting, the
So
picking the
typical.
different beans.
Type A Capricorn.
Yeah, exactly.
With the tinge of type B.
You're working at a holistic health, functional health
I feel
clinic.
like people want to know what happened to Dookie. We've kind of like alluded to. I mean, we have not alluded to it. We weren't keeping it a secret. We just didn't tell the full story on Instagram. I'll take the floor because it's really hard for Jill. But long story short, in our apartment where the dog area is your dogs are supposed to be on leash. Again, long story short, we went out on a Friday night and Jill took him like we always do to our dog area to go to the bathroom once we return home. A dog off leash came up,
which isn't allowed,
came up and literally brutally attacked Duke from behind. And thank God that he did it from behind because we don't know what would have happened to Duke, but basically he chomped into Duke's butt so much so that there was a gash. And the owners, well, what we found out was that the dog was actually a foster dog, which obviously makes things pretty sad, and was probably scared and felt like he was defending his owners and just didn't know where he was. They were punching its neck, trying to get him off.
It was like 60 or 70 pounds, the dog.
Yeah, and obviously extremely traumatizing for Jill and Duke, but really for Jill, he's still living his best life somehow, some way.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
It's specifically an issue in Austin more so than a lot of cities, I think, just because we have so many dog parks and off-leash areas. People are so nuts to think that their dog are off-leash dogs. No, you mean that your dog just comes to you when you say here and you have a treat. A true off-leash dog means that there's a squirrel or any sort of animal running by their best temptation and they stick right to you and follow commands. Most people don't have off-leash dogs. And now when I walk the trail, I'm literally so fearful of all of the quote-unquote off-leash dogs. People like their dogs run right up to yours. Like, you don't know my doodle isn't an attack doodle.
Right.
Buddy.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like going through the story fast because we've now, we've told the story so many times with friends. And
for the podcast, people who are watching, I just want to show the difference in his hair right now. Like, you can't see the cuts because they've healed, but
our sweet boy. He's recovered so well. Anyway, we rushed him to the emergency vet. Jill was, really traumatized. I thought I had gotten ready for bed after going out for the night and I thought he died. Like, she was screaming, crying and
screaming.
It was really upsetting.
The apartment complex said that there were 5 separate incident reports of people complaining of screaming.
That was Jill. And we can kind of joke about it. Yeah, obviously it's not funny, but he's fine.
Okay.
But he had to get
it cleaned. He was on meds. He was on pain meds. He was really slow for like a week. He had to wear a cone. Our sweet boy, and like obviously we're grateful they got him right in the booty because
The juicy booty.
And he's fine now. He's recovered. So that was kind of what we dealt with, which
The one
put a
thing-
wrench in it. You know, there's
a lot to
you just
it.
don't expect your doggy, your baby, to get attacked, and he did, and he seems to be fine though.
One thing that was kind of funny, like I wish that there was a camera filming. I come in, I'm holding Duke, he's bleeding. I am inconsolable. I'm sitting on the ground sobbing. Jenna comes over, she grabs Duke, and she's like, Joe, he's reading your energy. You have to calm down. You need to take deep breaths. And meanwhile, she's holding Duke and she's literally like eyes closed. She's deep breathing and she's like, you're okay. You are healthy. You are fine. You're calm. She's literally like saying out loud affirmations. And she keeps telling me because I'm sobbing on the floor, truly uncontrollable. And she is sitting there telling me that for his energy, I need to correct mine.
In fairness, I have learned and heard before that dogs like read energy because they don't know what's happening and that they need you to feel calm. So I was like, you know what? I've got this. Time to shine. She can scream, cry, and throw up. I will relax and you know, give him. And he like wanted a treat right after. I was like, okay, thank God. Like he's kind of okay, but we needed to rush him to the, you know, dog cuts and stuff. Obviously, there's a risk of rabies. There's a risk of infection. Dogs' mouths are like apparently really bacteria filled and gross.
Me and ChatGPT were searching the potential of getting rabies, even if your dog has the vaccine.
Literally same.
Because I was so scared.
He was vaxxed. And yeah, so that was our traumatizing. That was happened a few weeks ago. But now he's better and he's getting his hair cut today, right? Right, baby? Okay, where are we now?
Do you want to talk about your work?
Yeah, I have had such an amazing experience the past 6 months working for a functional health clinic here in Austin. And I've really continued to find my passion and my calling for helping people with their health. Jill and I are both on our own protocols based on muscle testing. My boss is amazing. She is just completely and utterly gifted, and she's training me to become a muscle testing practitioner myself, which is really fantastic. And for those of you who are new and just hearing muscle testing for the first time, it's basically energy testing, in which your body provides feedback based on the questions it's been asked through a whole process. And you know, muscle testing was a thing we first started with in 2019, and so full circle moment. It just, again, I've always wanted to work in a clinic, and this opportunity was provided to me. Talk about like things always working out. I was given no's before, and this is really, you know, worked out for me. And so I've been doing that 2 days a week, and I've learned so much, and am just like really grateful for the opportunity. So alongside Gut Talk, I've been working as a client advocate for this clinic. DM us personally. I don't want to ever like fully announce it because it's a workplace that I go to. So I'll always DM, like if you're interested about it, just DM and ask and I'll tell you about it. And we are always taking clients, and honestly, we're pretty dang full right now, but we'll hopefully get you in as soon as possible. But it's amazing work. It just shows that like the body can heal once given the right tools. Like I said, Jill and I are doing our own protocols because we got some things to take care of. Jill still hasn't gotten rid of her H. pylori, so we're using muscle testing to do that. Jill's on supplements and some oils protocol that seems to be really working. And we'll go over those journeys like once we've really reaped the benefits. But my skin is so much better. Bloating, I feel like I've like lost a lot of that in quotes inflammation based on being on the right protocol for myself. So that's what I'm kind of doing alongside.
Your skin looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. But I'm telling you guys, face reality mixed with my muscle testing protocol has done a lot of wonders for my skin. Thank God.
Thank God. I was sick and tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. We'll do a whole episode on my skin eventually. It's gone like in and out, good and bad. And I feel like right now I'm starting to hit my peak with it. So
I've been posting about it on Instagram lately, so I'll just continue to post there until we like actually do a breakdown episode. But I've been using Face Reality products. Mandelic acid has saved my skin, which is so funny because that is the product that Alex Earl attributed to. And I was like, that's kind of insane because that's exactly what I think saved my skin too. So that was kind of crazy where she came out with her real actives and mandelic acid is one of the products. And I was like, yep, that's been working for me too, queen. So anyway, to wrap up,
Mel Robbins had a gastroenterologist, or I'm pretty sure that's what she was, on her podcast recently. And a clip passed my desk, aka my TikTok feed, last night, said that 1 in 7 people shit their pants. And what I have to say about that is that the Gut Talk girls are alive and well, because until that number drastically reduces, we have a place in this world. If you're not dealing with your gut health, you need to understand, and we're actually working to get some GI specific doctors on the pod. I think hot girls with stomach issues were popular a few years ago. And now that it's not trending, it's not being talked about enough. But ladies and gentlemen and anyone else in between, if you have bad gut health and you're just writing it out, not trying to scare you, but like, you don't need to be shitting your pants to have bad gut health.
true. Slash, I feel like, okay, if that number, then what's the number of people who are the opposite who literally haven't gone to the bathroom in a week? I just saw a TikTok about a girl and she's like,
people don't care about their gut health issues until it drastically impacts their life.
yeah.
And when that happens, it's as you know, a whirlwind and a half. So all I have to say is we're going to continue to talk about gut health because somebody's got to.
Amen, sister. Amen. Well, again, I can't believe that we're sitting here on our own studio. We are going to take you guys through the process of designing it, building it out,
with swiftness.
With swiftness. So a lot more content to come. The next episode, hopefully, will be us in the stew in our fully built out. Well, sorry, next week is Mila Magnani. I hope I pronounced her last name right. And then the week after that, maybe in 3 episodes, will we be in the studio, which is going to be so exciting. And who's to say we don't drop a couple a week sometimes too? So the world is our oyster. We are so excited for this process. And to those who have stuck with us, truly thank you so much. It's been not only a labor of love, but labor, let's just say.
They've been very gracious to us.
Exactly.
And flexible.
And yeah, so 4.5 years in, but I think it's just the beginning.
I wish we had something to cheers with right now here.
Cheers our water bottles.
Our Simply Modern water bottles.
Yes.
Free ad time for them. Oh, I have to drink.
So cheers. We love you guys. Cheers to us in our new studio. And
love everyone.
Love you and love everyone.
Except for Wes Wilson and Amanda Matula.
Except for Wes Wilson and Amanda Matula. Bye.